On page 2, regarding the NPDES permit renewal and also the corrective action plan for the sewage treatment plant. I've been in touch with DEP. They are ready to approve and issue both of those. They requested a copy of the previously prepared and approved long-term control plan. I guess they misplaced their file copy. So we're getting that sent over to them. I would expect those approvals to be coming down the line from them. So they're just putting in all those items. 110 Collinsburg Road, the waypoint, I guess a little development there. Talking with Mike Stack, I guess that building permit was issued. One, I think, outstanding item there in discussion with Sam was, I believe there's some talk of having some sort of agreement in place that waypoint would move that storage container in the event that flood were to occur. Part of the discussions in terms of approval of that.
Yeah, so I talked to Chris a few times about it, and not so much lately as we did before whenever they're first on it, but they're all on board, signing something says we'll make sure to get it out of there within the amount of time. Something similar to like we did with Mr. Verducci down there on Collinsburg Road. So just to ensure that, everything's gonna be okay and something's not gonna go floating down there. But they did update their shipping container to allow for some of the flood water to go in and out if it does come up there, so that's also helpful too.
2020 Chapter 94 report that was submitted to DEP at the end of March as required. And then a couple other things we have, we talked previously, there was a representative here a few months ago from Westmore and New York Trail about some pavilions they were proposing. We're still waiting on them to submit something formal. And then we already touched on the water company repairs earlier this evening. So unless there's any questions, we don't have anything else to say.
Any questions for Ryan?
Ryan, who will be contacting the water company?
I would suggest at this point, if council agrees, our office can draft a letter on behalf of the borough, basically saying that the repairs are not completed in accordance with the ordinance and that they need to be brought into compliance with the borough.
Yes, I agree.
And if they don't respond to Ryan, obviously I'll take his letter, essentially put it on my letterhead, and that usually gets escalated.
Okay.
Wait, can I suggest that we do a refresh letter for Columbia Gas also
Yes.
on those same lines?
I would think actually anytime that you issue a permit for somebody that's doing a road opening, make sure they have the specs and realize they have to call the borough so Luke can see it before they cover it all back up again.
Yeah, but they don't, they know it, but they don't. I'm suggesting that we refresh their memory.
I think we could assist the borough and I'll work with Lou and get who the one-call respondents are in the area and
Yeah.
just assist the borough in putting together a letter that's a reminder that any work that's done within the borough right away needs to comply with borough ordinances and the procedures need to be followed.
Right, I do have, some of that picture. That Second Street, around the church. I thought that had to be overcut like 6 inches.
So what the spec,
Not line to line.
the spec requires a 12-inch saw cut at a minimum for the actual base repair, for the 9 inches. It requires an 1.5 inch overlay of 15 feet on either side of the patch and then to the roadway center.
That don't look like it's overlaid.
No, it's not. So that was not required.
That's what I mean, I thought it had to be on, they were supposed to go out, what, 6 inches past or something like that?
You're supposed to go down, the 9-inch repair is 12-inch pass for your excavation. So you dig your hole, your initial hole for your excavation, you're supposed to do a 12-inch setback cut from there and do your actual asphalt repair, your deep asphalt repair. And then you go 15 feet on either side of your repair and to the roadway center line and do an 1.5 inch.
Right. It doesn't look like Broadway was done that way either.
No, and Lou and I discussed that all this afternoon. So in addition to the depth, there's the overlay
Yeah,
requirement.
I'm looking at that now, he brought that up, I'm like, right, that ain't even overlaid.
Any questions for Ron? Okay, thank you, Ron. Supervisor's report, Lou?
We had a water leak down at Fall Field, which has since been repaired.
I'm gonna say, don't tell me another.
No, we actually had two, but they're forget about it, they're both repaired.
Okay.
We converted the street lights to LEDs. We've gotten rid of the mercury vapor bulbs. It took a little time, but I think on the box of the LED bulbs, it says $5.80 to operate per year, so it should be,
Right.
should see some drop in
Oh,
saving for electricity.
Lou, did you check into the trail?
The gym?
No. Jim, we already got. Around the trail at the ball field.
Yes, sir.
Those are on all the time too.
At night.
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
get,
around.
check into, get them changed over?
To LEDs?
Correct.
Sure, I will do
Can
that.
you get a cost? And
Yeah, we have, I think there's 2 of them down there now that are LEDs, but, yeah, I'll get a cost and bring it
If
next.
I went by there, you know, the other night, they had a game down there, so, you know, all the lights are on. Those are yellow,
Yeah, there you go.
you know, and, I'd like to see them white, and I'd like to see LED. That's, you know, that's a walking trail, I mean, that's on 365, it's on, even in the winter, those lights are on.
Yeah, because they're on a, photo cell. Right.
So if we're gonna have a 365, let's
We'll
convert
do the
it.
same thing, I'll look into it.
Okay, thank you.
Drainage ditch on Little Road cleaned up, chipping. Second Monday was today. Trimming tree trimming down the ball fields, pine trees at the pond, majors at Big Field, Pony Field, we got one left, buddy, one left.
Oh, you moved on up?
Yeah, we don't
Well,
wanna
he
get,
texted me, he said, hey, he goes, I see you got some trees there, are they gonna continue? I said, I can find out, I don't know.
the last one, we don't wanna go on the field, it's still soft.
I'm like, how many trees do you want trimmed? I don't think that many, but, okay.
But that's something I.
No, I mean, I was gonna
works.
bring up, you, sounds like you got it under control.
Yeah, grass cutting, properties, that's starting, and, that's about it. Snow removal equipment has been removed, thank God.
You didn't hire any grass cutters yet?
Not yet.
No, yet? Okay.
Maybe you can have a video game and cut grass.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Any questions for Lou? Okay, any zoning, concerns?
No,
Mayor's report?
who is this solicitor attorney?
Yeah, listeners before the mayor.
Not a lot for you guys, since we
Oh,
already talked about
solicitor, sorry.
waypoint and
Sorry.
hazard mitigation plan. I talked to Tony a couple of times with the baseball field and the concession stand. We may want to consider putting up some signs like we do in the Borough building about COVID. And if they are the ones selling out of the concession stand, we may want them to sign a waiver, just not holding us liable for any COVID issues and making sure that those that are participating realize that is that entity, and it's not the borough selling the food.
Well, that's, again, my question. There's, the big field being used by Smithton, which they're gonna sell out of that stand. But the Little League field being used by out of town, basically out of town.
Right.
We had nobody sign up, so it's a travel field. They're selling out of this stand, okay? We only have Pee-wee, T-ball, and 7U. This is my opinion, I don't wanna put any of our people in this stand. And that's my opinion.
What do you mean, any of your people?
Any of, let them, Smithton people use that stand, let them people use that stand. As far as our group, our T-ball people and our 7U people, I've had some parents even said to me they do not wanna go sell food in that stand. So I'm asking what you all think.
It's up to the rec board.
Well, we don't have any no rec board. There's the rec board.
There's the rec board. Well,
There ain't no rec board.
make
You know what I mean?
the
I'm just-
wise decision.
There is no rec board.
But you know what, they're making the profit on it, right? I mean,
That's them. They're paying to use the stand.
right, so, I mean,
But all I'm saying is,
well,
our people,
yeah, we don't want our people in.
I personally do not.
No,
Are they like a non-profit organization, or is it just, I mean, these.
The baseball people?
Yeah.
They're just,
They're-
yeah, basically, they're kids. They're paying us X amount of dollars to use our field. Plus, they're maintaining the field, they're dragging the field, they're lining the field, we don't do nothing. Just the two fields, the only two we have to worry
Cut
about.
grass, that's it.
They're doing everything, and they look
Beautiful.
beautiful, they're doing a great job. But as far as, the only thing I'm talking about is the 7U and the T-ball people. I've already had a couple parents tell me they do not wanna go into the stand and sell food.
They don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, unless you guys are
So-
requiring to sell food, that's.
No,
I'm-
I mean,
I'm
it
not
was
saying
supposed
it's
to
a
be, you
problem,
pay a
I-
$50 fee, if you go in and sell food, you do $50 check your check.
Okay.
That's how it used to work. My thought was one more year of, what's my word? To me, does that put us liable?
Are they selling or not? If they're not selling food, there's nothing to be,
No, I mean, if we would sell the food, does that make us liable? If something happens, somebody walks out and says, hey, I.
we as a Borough of West Newton, or we
Yeah,
as a T-ball team? Yeah, no, I mean, it wouldn't make us liable, but if for anything more or less than you would if you were selling food at a restaurant. Somebody, if you poison somebody, then yeah, we're
No,
liable, but if they choke on something.
No, I'm saying like, hey, I bought a hot dog down, man, that lady might have had COVID,
It'd
I
be
don't know,
so-
I don't know how to
it's-
handle this. I
If,
really
if
don't.
you're putting up the appropriate, like, signage or.
We can
say,
do that, and that
take
cover
caution,
our butt?
that's fine, yes, that'll cover your butt, because it's to actually show with something like this where you got it from, especially in a public place.
Oh, I
like
understand that too, yeah.
The cause there is very, very, very hard to do, so if you show that you're trying to take care of everybody,
Okay.
that waives your liability.
So,
But if we're not doing anything,
But
we're not
again,
wanting
it's like
people to
we have
wear
to, like-
masks or wash their hands or
we
something,
have to
say,
put
come
special
have at it.
things in the stands.
I mean, if you put a hand sanitizer down there, that'd be good too, but like I said, if you say we host an open house at the gym and we don't say, watch out for COVID or.
Yeah, right.
Then yeah, we could be jammed up if somebody were to get sick, if it was a mass spreader event or something, so yeah.
All right, I'm gonna talk to Danielle about it. and I guess
I just wanted to.
me and her, I mean, she's on the record, don't tell me, I'm not saying I'm by myself. Danielle Fronoff is helping me big time, she's getting all the uniforms, she's handling the paperwork part, I'm handling the. So me and her working together, we're getting it done.
Just wanted to tell you something that just happened, and I've never seen this happen before. Because usually churches or like nonprofits, you don't make food all the time. But we had our fish fry this time, the Department of Health showed up, and they wanted to know how many times we were doing fish. I said, we only do it 2 times a year. Because if you do it more than 2 times a year, you have to fill out a paper, pay a fee, and they have to come in and inspect. So they were hitting a lot of the nonprofit agencies around West Newton. I don't know where else they went, but I know that they came to Lions Club that day.
You think something could happen at the stand?
I've never seen something like that happen at a concession stand, but I don't see why it couldn't. You know, but I mean, it depends on what they're serving too. If they're
Yeah.
serving Gatorades and, chips,
Right.
but if they're actually cooking and preparing food, that's gonna be a little
If
bit
it's like
different.
already prepackaged and bought somewhere
Like,
else.
I don't know if you would consider cooking a hot dog as cooking it, since it's already technically cooked. You
Well,
really
you
just
could be
need
doing
to-
burgers, fries, hot dogs, drinks.
Arguably, I'm sure they could, would they? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they would come down on fish fries and everything, but I guess with the pandemic, they're being
I'm
a
sure
little bit
somebody
heavy.
just turned us in, just for fun, but it's okay, because we were in compliance. And I even have my Safe Serve, which you don't even have to have, that certificate. But I mean, it's just sad if somebody would do that to nonprofits, because it's hurt everybody, this COVID's hurt everybody. And you don't know which way to go, because it's unknown territory, so you try to be safe. And, we were doing everything correctly, but I don't know if anybody else heard them going to anywhere else. If not, then we were targeted, and that's sad.
Well, I'll talk to
The
Danielle.
politics is dirty.
And then the only other thing, it's been asked, and I know we're not looking for one right now, but if we ever wanted to have a borough manager, all we would have to do is have an ordinance passed. We would just have to advertise it, it'd be on the books, it's not mandating that we hire one, if we ever got to the place that we have it, that would already be in place. And then if you decide to hire someone, you have a contract with everything else. But as far as the ability to have one, we would just need an ordinance. But that's it. Relatively quiet. We've called about the street things, and that's directed in Ryan to make sure it's up to spec. Try not to get involved in stuff that's over my head according to that. So.
Any questions for Sam?
So do we have to make the motion about the borough manager?
Yeah, you could, if that's something you guys are interested in, you could always make a motion to have you drop an ordinance and advertise.
Please,
Motion to,
I'll make the motion.
to borough manager, I need a second. Second, Brenda. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have a roll call, Pam?
Johnson,
Yes.
Molesky,
Yes.
Brazovich,
Yes.
Popovich,
Yes.
Verducci,
No.
Duffy,
Okay, the motion is passed.
All right, and just so we're clear, am I drawing up the ordinance and we're having it advertised, or do you want to do the advertising next month?
It doesn't matter, there is no hurry. We're in the process of secretary treasurer,
All right.
so there is no hurry. All right, any questions for Sam? All right, Mayor.
Like special.
I have the February 2021 Mayor's Report submitted by Chief Gary Endolf. Magistrate Prisoner's Office, 14574, Clerk of Courts, 1891. Violations paid, $35, a total of $199.65. We had 2 misdemeanor arrests, 1 warning, 4 citations, 1 parking violation, and there were 30 calls. And that's for the month of February.
I need a motion to accept the mayor's report as presented.
So moved.
Dan, you need a second? Second. Tony? All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried. Okay, we all got the chance to read the minutes of the last regular monthly meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? If not, I need a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Brenda, make the motion, seconded by Charlie. All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried. I need a motion to pay the bills against the municipality. Since George isn't here, we can pay every bill, right? Tony made the motion, I need a second. Charlie? All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried. Treasurer's report when you're ready, Pam.
no, we still need to do the bills for George's Auto Center and Nancy Molovich. Because they're being paid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he's not here, so you don't have to abstain from,
Yeah, but we still have to do the motion.
all right, if you want to. I need a motion to pay the bills for George's Auto and Nancy Molovich.
Second.
Motion and seconded. All those in favor, aye?
Who made the motion?
Tony.
Tony,
That guy.
Dan. All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried.
Thank you.
Treasurer's report.
As of March 31st, 2021, general fund $459,669.39. Gym fund $5,708.60. Liquid fuels $153,325.63, and sewer system $670,038.90.
We've all heard the treasurer's report. I need a motion to accept it as presented.
I'll make the motion.
Gary, seconded by Tony. All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried. Tax collector's report.
Total collections year-to-date in the amount of $61,991.67.
You've heard the tax collector's report. I need a motion to accept it as presented. Motion by Tony, seconded by Brenda. All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried. Report of committees. Streets.
I have a letter here from the Avenue of Flags Committee to the Western Borough Council. The schedule for the 2021 Avenue of Flags will be as follows. Flags will be raised Saturday, May 8th, and be taken down Saturday, June 8th. We again thank you for your support of this tribute to our veterans and for your help again this year. At this time, I'd like to make a motion that we volunteer basis, our borough crew and our equipment to be used for both the raise of the flags and taking them down.
I'll make that motion.
Charlie made a motion that we, do it on a volunteer basis, seconded by Brenda. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
I also asked Lou to order 5 signs for the 5 fields down the ball fields. No bicycles on the playing fields, and no dogs. Someone went in on the infield with a bicycle and just tore the rotary field up. And when we were down there, Tony and myself looking over things, I mean, you gotta watch where you tramp. So it's just a big dog park down there. So I've asked Lou to put 5 signs on all 5 ball fields.
Yeah, I should probably have them maybe end of next week. Just put them out there.
And how about the charcoal grills? When, are you gonna try to maybe get them by May 1st? Or?
Tell me when you want them in.
I would say May 1st. Yeah,
You want them in by May 1st?
Hey, first week of May. That way, you know, anybody wants to rent the pavilion, will be in.
Hey, don't kill the messenger.
All right.
What do you think about, I mean, I've seen this at a couple different parks, and there's one park up in, Scottsdale, I noticed also, they have the, little stands, and it's, you know, for dog poop,
Yeah.
with the bags
Yeah,
in
you're talking
them.
about
What would you think about looking into a price just to see what they would cost?
I think they're a little over about $150, Pam. I did check into it, because I've had some people ask me, you know, about that.
I think maybe thinking about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, with council's approval, could we look into some pricing on that and have it installed down there on that walking?
Yeah.
Walking trail? All right, Lou, so you're looking pricing on it?
On
On
The food stand.
I'll try to get it more.
maybe do a, yeah, well, we'll get some pricing and pictures, and maybe we'll have that.
I'll find something.
Yeah, but maybe a couple, maybe 2.
2, 1 on each
Where's
side.
the signs at, Danny? The,
We're gonna put them on like the entrances to the ball field, on the fence, hang them on the fence.
Is there an ordinance where they need to clean up after their dog goes?
Yes.
Do we have anything like that?
Absolutely.
Yep. Or is it gonna have a fine on it?
Yeah, I wonder if we could put a fine, can we put a fine on it?
For sure. I'd be surprised if there isn't one on the ordinance already.
Look into that.
Maybe,
Look, see what the fine is, and make a sign for that.
yeah, put maybe the ordinance number on
Buy a
the side.
pooper scooper.
Maybe the ordinance number on the side. It might hold a little bit more weight, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the fine too. And I just want to bring it to council's attention, under the radar, you people don't know, but Mr. Baraducci has put a lot of time in that ball field, his own time.
Yep.
And I just want to bring to everybody's attention when he's down there.
I've seen them down there. I've
Who's
seen
that,
them.
Art?
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Clean up for Tony.
And it really looks good. It
Yeah, they're
looks,
coming along.
it looks professional. It really does.
That's why I wasn't here, just so you know, that's why I wasn't here. I don't want you to think I just blow off meetings.
That's all I have.
Okay, so any questions for Dan? We move on to our buddy, the sewage plant here.
Second month in a row, no answer. I can't get a report from the sewage plant.
They're not giving you any reports at all.
No, I can't, nobody answered the phone, my colleague right on the number, so. My suggestion is to send them a letter saying one of them must start reporting to the council meetings to get a report, and I can't get
Actually, probably come from your man first. That way it doesn't escalate into something it doesn't need to be. I have no problem drafting that, but it's simply just gonna say,
I mean, I don't know what to do, I can't give a report if nobody answers.
right, yeah, you can absolutely require it.
Bring it on, pay them a visit.
Yeah, that might be worth it.
What's their working hours down there?
Seven to 3:30.
No, they're earlier,
Are they early?
6:30 to 3, maybe?
yeah,
Okay.
excuse me, something.
All right, that's all I got on that, I can't report anything else. Recreation, I got a lot. Lou, thanks for trimming them trees,
My pleasure.
great. Brown, thanks for a $25 donation to the rec board from your
Thank you for allowing us to use it.
Easter egg hunt. All the ball fields are being used right now, every single one of them. There's no grass on any of them. Pam, I would like permission, since all the fields are being used, I would like to have a third board joint sit down there. So there's one at the by the plant, what's that field? Rotary field.
Okay,
There's one up by the big field. So I need one in the middle, like where Jenny is,
okay,
where the pond starts,
okay,
like across the road, not by the fields, but across the road, like,
Right to the entrance to the.
you know where the
field.
road comes down and starts,
Yes,
right there
yes.
on the left, the dirt pile used to be.
Yes.
okay.
So
well,
the people using those two fields have a porta john.
I'll call an order as long as Lou understands what you're, as long as Lou understands what you're saying. Where to
Yes,
go.
I know,
You got it?
yes.
Okay, I'll order it, you
want
place it.
where the road comes down,
All right.
As soon as it comes down on the farm starts, right on the left, remember that third pile, right by the, dumpster.
is that where you want to break by
Before
the
the
dumpster?
dumpster, on the same side of the dumpster.
But up further.
Yeah, up there.
You got it.
So those two fields right there, you get that
Yes,
dumpster?
yes.
Well, they can use the dumpster, I guess.
Yep.
That way we'll have one by every field.
You got it.
Thank you very much. Is everybody all right with that?
Yeah.
I'd like to also thank Danielle Fraunhofer for all of her help ordering all the uniforms, taking care of all the, she's the paperwork lady with me.
It's my girl.
So I'd like to retract my statement on the record. Mr. Coffey, for all his help, you know, helps me with meetings and setting up stuff and getting loom and organizing everything down there. So I think so far it's going pretty good down there as far as the fields go. COVID sign. Me and Pam, did you think of something we could write, like, we need to follow all CDC guidelines and we
Yeah,
can
I'm
get
gonna
printed and
laminate them.
laminated and
Yeah.
I
hang down
have one,
there?
Pam, I'll give you a picture.
Maybe like a half a dozen of them, I can hang down, I'll hang them.
They tore
Yeah.
them down in one.
I have one. The
That's all I can do is
Board of
hang,
Health
I mean,
baby, I'll give you.
they
what
tear
I've
them down,
got.
I can't do nothing.
Okay, then I can photo, I
Yeah,
can
just
copy it.
photocopy it.
Okay.
Like, like cotton or something.
Help find a way.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They were up one day.
People are
and they were-
well, you see, I mean, the kids wait till it gets muddy and then they go on the field. They do it on purpose. They put pipe runs in the field. We get on there and plow and plow and plow and plow, and as soon as it rains, there's a kid on the field. Yeah, and it's aggravating, but, yeah, so we're having, uniform handout and photographs Thursday. I don't know if kids are on our roster. We got T-ball, we have 7U ball. And, oh yeah, the gym. All right, we got some, electrical work that needs done down here. Now this grant, Pam,
Yeah,
we got it for sure?
it's not a grant, it's Recovery Act monies.
Okay,
We're
well, great.
getting half this year in June, the other half next year in June.
Can it be used for this?
We don't know.
Oh,
There's no
Is this-
guidelines as of yet.
Is this the rescue plan from,
Yes.
that they just, yeah, so they don't have the regulations yet. There's, so far they said infrastructure is one of the big ones and broadband.
Broadband.
Is what's really gonna be on there. Infrastructure can be interpreted rather than.
well, I guess you guys are gonna have to think about it.
No, we don't have to.
All right.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of thinking.
No, we can.
Oh, you already talked about that?
We can take the money out of the gym fund.
Well, they only have $5,000.
Well, we can do the 25, 75.
Okay. So install, you know I gotta read all this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Install new 200 amp service 30 circuit panel located bottom of the steps, existing, pull in new 100 amp circuit to the existing panel move meter to outside location, $3,200. You want these separate, Pam?
I don't know, how are you making the motion?
Oh, this is one big long thing. Do you want every one of these in a separate
Yeah, we should
motion,
do
or do you want
separate-
all in one?
No, we'll do separate motion.
Okay,
No,
that's-
how about let's do one motion for the gym, one motion for the police department? That works for me. That works for
Okay,
you, Sam?
so this is the gym.
Are we getting into bidding numbers, or how high are these?
No, they're
No,
Separate.
No, this, yeah.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't trying to piecemeal each
No, no.
action to get under, so that's it.
No.
Okay.
So replace gym lights, new gym lights with LED 200 watt fixtures, 3,000, so that's 6,000. And West Newton Festival has a, service on the outside of the building. They would go ahead and fix that, 1,100, so you're looking at, 36, 64, $6,500. And also
Okay.
for the gym. I'll get a motion to have that all.
Tony made a motion
I
for,
talked to Brent, he said it's unrepairable. It's so low, I mean, how old is it?
I'll second.
Tony made the motion, Gary seconded it. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
For the West Newton Police Department, description, replace existing panel in police barracks, add 2 new circuits for electric heaters. You know what that's about, huh? Electric heaters?
I,
Need heat upstairs, is it cold up there? Lynn?
The back room there.
Okay, that's one must be what it's for. Okay. $1,800 for the, I guess the Borough building, is it? I don't know, you wanna call it the Borough building? Is that what it is?
Police officer.
Okay, police barracks, $1,800. Or Bear Electric.
I'll make that motion.
Dan made a motion to, upgrade the, police office electric. Need a second, Brenda? All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Good job, Tim.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right.
Thanks to all you people too for all your help with the ball field and contributions.
Any insurance concerns? Anything new about the bridge? Finance and budget, anything new?
Yes, I'm asking for some motions here regarding my pending retirement. I'm asking for a motion for an exit audit. That would be upon my last day. I wanna say my last day of, not my last day of employment, but my last day that I'm working, that it's, I'm the solitary person in that office. When your new person starts, that my time will end. I am requesting it, and that is, that's very commonplace
Right.
to have an exit audit.
Mhm.
You know, that's for my own protection.
Okay.
And for the borough naturally, and that'll be applied towards your final audit in the end of the year.
Okay.
What's the date?
What's the
Until we
date?
hire somebody, she doesn't have.
Oh, okay.
All right, no problem there, Pam.
Okay, I'm asking for a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Tony, seconded by Dan. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Okay, now just as a formality, because, I have 5 weeks vacation, I have 3 personal days, and I have 20 sick days. So I'm asking for a motion that I be compensated for these items upon my retirement also. I'm not taking my vacation. I'll let you go on the personal days, we'll forego that, but my sick days also. I'm asking that I be compensated for those upon my retirement.
Motion.
I'll second
Motion to do that is by Tony, seconded by Charlie. All those in favor, aye?
that. Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Thank you.
Personnel, any matters we can bring up?
Yeah, when are we gonna see these applications?
Oh, whenever you want, you can see them after the meeting.
Okay.
We had 2 interviews.
Why aren't we involved in these interviews?
We're just seeking now. Whenever, later date, a second interview, you can be invited. Yeah, we're just seeking, some of them are,
Well, how's this happen?
we have a committee.
Right, this is the committee, right here is the committee. We are the committee. The council people are the committee.
Well, that's what we know.
Well, I mean, I think that how it works, I mean,
Then, Johnny, you have 2 interviews tomorrow night,
okay.
one at 5:30 and one at 6:15.
Now, we as a council, we can show up all,
So if you have a quorum, you would need to advertise it as an
Same.
Oh,
executive
okay,
session.
yeah.
all right, all right.
It's
That's
still,
the
it's still
reason.
personnel, so
Okay.
you
What
can
they
do
were
it under
doing,
there.
Tony, just-
Okay, say no more. I'm good.
No, whenever we do second interviews,
Okay.
we're gonna weed them out,
If that's the way it is, that's the way it is.
and, yeah, you.
Can't argue with all of it.
Yeah. And then the second interviews,
Okay.
we can advertise and all that stuff.
Can I at least see the,
Sure.
I mean, I don't have, I just mean, I'd like to see all the applicants, just so I get an idea who I'm gonna be looking
Sure.
at. Okay,
No problem.
all right.
Yeah, you'll come and do that too.
No, I mean, that's the way it is.
All right. You gonna expand on the personnel, the interviews and stuff, or?
We had 2 last week, Tuesday evening. One was way overqualified, and one had money that was way out of our reach.
Yeah,
We had
What they
another
wanted,
one,
you mean?
yeah, they wanted 60,000.
70
or 70.
plus benefits, yeah. And we had another one who actually, has some very good experience. We were very pleased with her. I'm hoping, whenever we all get together, that she'll be able to answer all our questions together.
Like, how are you, like, how are 20 people apply? Is that true?
Roughly, yeah, I
Oh,
would
yeah.
say.
Okay, how are you interviewing, one interview for each 20?
All depends on the resume, if there's qualifications in their resume. And
There's no
then
qualifications.
then we'll call them in for an interview.
What's the sense?
Well, is Pam allowed to sit in these interviews?
She certainly could if
I
you guys
think Pam
wanted
ought
to.
to sit on the interview.
If you want, yeah.
If she's free.
Mhm.
She knows what she does.
Right,
I don't, I mean, I know a little bit.
yeah.
She knows,
Well,
I think she knows more than what she does.
She did give us a list of her
Okay.
duties. And we apply them to the resumes and, try to match them up.
Okey dokey.
For public safety, Charlie?
The police chief's they emptied the meters and he's gonna start walking the beat, checking the parking meters again. Got a lot of people who live in apartments that park right on Main Street and, disrupt the business part of town. The barber shop, Gary's place, et cetera, so he's gonna concentrate on that. We're up to full force in the police department now, with the new hire, et cetera, so we're in good shape to cover vacations. I talked to Lou about moving them, speed indicator signs around, one on West Main Street, maybe one coming down Second Street when they come over the hill flying.
Is that Second Street, Third Street?
Or Third Street, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Second Street was Pelkey's.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, we're still waiting on the parts for the police car, the cage is back ordered. So we're waiting on that. That's about all I have really.
Okay.
I did have a question for Pelkey's, how much, do we charge to rent the Williams down there? Somebody called me the other day.
$25, maybe?
Yes,
25?
75.
75.
And that's for all day?
Yeah,
They have water and electric.
Okay,
Power line keep going on,
okay,
if they run it out.
yeah.
We we ask that they clean up and that they take their garbage.
Okay.
You gotta check the water.
No, I turned it off. It's off now, to the pavilions,
Oh, that's fine.
yeah.
But I mean, it's working.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So whenever somebody rents it.
Right, right, you just
turn it
need to
off.
know.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know if, what's the name went down there or not. What's, the guy that put them back together.
Say again? We'll talk
It's
after.
driving me crazy. The plumber put all the water back on.
Paul,
Today,
Bob Benetti, yeah.
I didn't know if he went down.
Yeah, I mean, after we fixed the water leak? Yes, he's been down, yes.
Moving on. Properties, Brenda?
There's been an issue, people from Seymour Drive have talked to the mayor about, there's a neighbor dumping stuff on another guy's property because nobody is there. I spoke with the one neighbor who raised the complaint, and I also spoke with the gentleman in Michigan whose property is being dumped on. The property actually belongs to his mother, but he will be here in a few weeks. And he's meeting with an attorney to put the lot up for sale. I asked him that if in the meantime, he could at least post the property, no dumping and no trespassing, as if code enforcement would go to the property, it is his responsibility, and he's the one that would be fined. He had no issue with that. It will be posted when he gets here. Sam, a question for you. The one neighbor is also complaining that his trees are too high and her roof gets too much shade. So it doesn't dry enough. They're not touching her roof. It's just too much shade. Now, I know we had an issue on that end of town because somebody's trees blocked somebody's view of the river. Is this the same thing where there is
It's not our
no?
concern.
Okay, just, I told her I would
Keep it
check
that
to be
simple,
safe,
yep.
but, okay.
Unless there's like some kind of imminent danger of it falling and they, for some reason, and nobody else in the world can act, it's not our concern.
Okay, Pam, question. When are you going back full-time in the office? Oh, 5 days? 4. Okay. Okay, great.
That all you have?
That is it.
Any questions for Brenda? Sanitation?
Nothing.
Any communications?
I do. I have this flyer. In fact, I'm gonna put it on our borough website, and it's Get the Lead Out, Lead Hazard Control and Healthy Homes Program of Westmoreland County. The qualifications are homes built prior to 1978, housing children under the age of 6 or a pregnant woman present, low to moderate income. And they will come and they will look and they will do some testing. It is a free risk assessment and lead-based paint inspection. And I have a little flyer here, but like I said, I'll put it on the borough website. Just something that the county is offering, it's Westmoreland County Department of Planning and Development. And then, did everybody get the, email that I sent in regards to the outsourcing of the sewer billing?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have for you.
What did everybody think of that?
I had a question.
Too much?
Way too much.
Yeah, way too much.
Well, what do you think about for 1 year?
No. I think the
Cause I don't think the new secretary is gonna be able to do it all.
I don't know about that, Tony. I really don't. I think that
Well, we
we
had
at
2
least,
people before,
we did. But we only have one now. And we
because
know-
Pam knows what she's.
Oh, okay. My thought on it would be, why should we cut the new girl short and not even give her a chance to do what we would consider?
You can give her a chance, but
full
bring
job.
somebody in part-time to start.
And then because when she starts, I'm assuming, Charlie, she's starting full-time,
Oh, yeah.
40 hours.
Sure.
So, will she know everything by the time Pam leaves? No. There's no way anybody can know 30 years of her knowledge in a year working with her.
Right.
But I think we owe them the chance to see what the full job,
I don't agree with that, but whatever, I'm only.
but you wanna spend $2,600 a month?
Well, we paid Lisa for how many years to do it? I don't think for a year it would hurt till the lady gets acclimated with her job. You're trying to put too much on a person that don't know. This is running the town. This isn't running a bakery. This is running a town. This ain't running a canoe shop. This ain't, I mean, this is running the town. This is all the money in this town you have to consider.
Now, how will these people pay? Will they have to send a check to these people? instead of paying the borough?
I don't know, I didn't go into it, Pam's the one that took care of that, I did.
How's it go, Pam?
What, with the, outsourcing and
Yes.
the
Yes.
billing? They would mail it to them, rather than mailing it to the only thing that would be eliminated, what they told me, was the drop-off slot in the front of the building. It's no different than paying Allegheny Power, or West Penn Power, or the water company. You could do the online billing, you can do auto pay, you can mail it in. You just can't drop it off in the drop slot.
That's all I'm saying. Don't try to force her to do too much. You can always wean her off in September, October, and then after a year, boom, you do it.
Well, there is a sewage school, which she will attend, and they will attend. And, you're supposed to show them everything how to do it. That's already set up.
What?
You said that they were willing, that the sewage
Oh,
people were willing to
he's
train
talking
the new
about
person.
Sewage school.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll do
Yeah.
virtual training.
So you're not putting them in there blind. You would never do that. That wouldn't be fair to
No,
anybody.
I just don't want her to be overwhelmed, that's all.
No, I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I would hate to see that.
I just don't want her to be overwhelmed, that's all. We could help her out for 6 months, I think we should do it. And if we don't, then see where she's at after that.
Now, is there a recycling date? Is that still on?
Yes, ma'am, you know what, yes, ma'am, Mayor.
Yeah, I didn't have it in my notes.
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have the
Yeah,
date?
I don't have one.
Sometime in May, she said.
Okay, thank you.
Have any other communications?
No, that's it, just,
Sure, I got one
Lead.
thing I forgot to bring up.
Sure.
This easement with the municipal authority of Westmoreland County, did we get that signed off on yet?
Charlie had that.
I have a rough draft here.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause they have, the township was really the only thing that we need to cross off.
Okay.
I don't know why they added, but other than that, Ryan didn't have any issues with it. What they explained to me is that the new one's gonna be larger, but it will be underground, and then the old one will be abandoned once the new one's installed.
All right.
And then
Take
Lou didn't
action
have any
now?
problems of wherever Lou went, he didn't have any issues with the location and where it was, so you guys are good to sign off on that whenever and send it back to them.
Okay. We need any action tonight?
Yeah, you could do a motion to authorize you to sign the easement of the work.
Okay. Need a motion to authorize the grant of easement, for the municipality of Westmoreland County. Dan? I need a second, Charlie? All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried. Is there any business that we failed to bring up at this meeting? If not, I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Brenda, seconded by Tony. All those in favor, aye? Any opposed? So carried.